Spirits, the spiritual realm. When we hear these words, we may think of ghosts, seances, or even connecting with the universe. We might also think of religion, often referring to the Holy Spirit. But what many people don't realize is that the spiritual realm is a lot more than what is seen in movies or heard of in church. Spirits are among us, affecting us every day, and how we face them determines our own. Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Renee with Renee Talks. So we've entered into a new year, and most of the time, typically, when we're starting off in a new year, we have goals that we set. A lot of times, those goals are focused on our physical bodies. You know, the typical of I'm going to work out and I'm going to change my diet because I'm a part of those people. I want to make sure that I'm taking care of my physical body because the older we get, the more imperative it comes for us to take care of our physical side so that we can feel good and so we can look good too. But if you are focusing only on those type things, then you might want to challenge yourself to try something a little bit more. Okay, now going back to school is also another thing that people do, and those are just goals that people set. But let's set a new goal for challenging yourself to be better in your spirit, because the spirit realm is something that is very real. And I would say because we're in a new season of time with the political changes on this earth, in this country, all of the things that are going to affect us later down the line, we need to be spiritually aware of really what's going on so that we're not caught off guard and so that we're able to just get through things and so that we're able to be successful in our personal lives. So, what is the spirit realm and what does that entail? So the spirit realm is just this realm, of course, that's intangible. We cannot see it, but we can feel it and we can see the effects of it when we look at society. Now, we can feel like, oh, I can read that person. Maybe you can. But sometimes people have bad days. Sometimes people just have moments. But a person's energy or aura that we look at as just, how they are is really their spirit. Because the spirit is the core of who you are. Your soul encompasses your experiences in life. It has a lot to do with your personality and the things that you like and stuff like that you just hold in your mind. But your core self is your spirit. And that's where your morale comes into play. That's where the part of you that calls on that higher self, that connection to God or whatever that you call upon that's higher than you. So the spirit realm is a part of what makes our bodies move. This is how we have our being in our life. So that part is something that I would challenge you this year to focus on, to better and know yourself so that you're able to become this person that, or what we say, a better version of ourselves. Now, when we're talking about the parts of our lives that we experience where we're just taking it as, it's no big deal. It is a big deal what books you read. It's a big deal about the type of music you listen to. It is a big deal about the type of movies that you watch and even objects that you may have in your home. Spirits are in a lot of things, and it's not to say that you can't have something or watch something or listen to something without it just affecting you permanently. But when something is repetitive and you're constantly involving yourselves with the ear range of it or your eyesight, you are taking something in that holds spirits that if they're good, then you're in a good place. If they're not so good, then you're taking on something that may harm you later because it can affect how you start to think and how you start to operate while you're going about your daily life, entering into relationships and whatever you're doing. Sometimes a person can have a very bad day, or they can just have a moment, or they're going through a season. We cannot judge a person by that. What we have to do is understand the person. And when we know people and they're close to us in our lives, we have a sense of how they're moving all the time, every day. So when they're not in a good place, we know that something is going on. But sometimes, again, there are people that are embodying these demonic spirits that are not good. So say, for instance, there's a such thing as a lying spirit. Now, we all know, we all have told lies, right? Even a 2-year-old can tell a lie. But that does not mean that that person is embodying a lying spirit. A lying spirit has a stronghold, which means it has a hold on that person where they will lie about everything. It could be something that is so unnecessary. It can be something that has no value of lying about. It's a spirit. And so that person lives lying all the time. They have a life of living a lie. And then you have people who, again, they may tell an occasional lie, but that does not mean that they are embodying a lying spirit. So again, we cannot confuse behavior for a moment or two with something that's consistent and repetitive. A stronghold is just that. If a person is this way most of the time or all the time, it's because that spirit has a hold on them. And that's where you have to recognize that and get the help that is needed so that you are not being that person yourself. Now, when you are talking about spiritual awareness in settings that you go in, whether it's a gathering for this or that, you're going to be around a lot of people. And sometimes when you're around a lot of people, if you're a sensitive person, or some people are considered empaths, those are persons that can pick up on everything in the room in people. It can be good and sometimes it can be bad, but the awareness is still there. And if you're not an empath or a very spiritually sensitive person, you can still be able to pick up on energy in rooms with people so that you're able to, guard yourself or to be aware of what is happening so that you'll know what you're walking around and into. That's a very touchy subject because it's so many things that I could speak on about that, but I would say that for another video. But in this particular subject right now, I'm just wanting to give you the sense of when you are aware spiritually, you can pick up on things in people, and that way you're not caught off guard and you're not in a place where you don't know what's happening or what could happen next, because you're able to not so much read a person, but you can discern the spirits that they're dealing with. And again, it's not always bad. Sometimes there are people that are embodying wonderful spirits, and those are the ones that you want to recognize as well, so that you can make decisions that are right for yourself when you're meeting new people and just be in a certain social settings, or just even at your job, or even within families, because families are a dynamic too of relationships and people that you still have to be able to see what's happening so that you can know how to move and operate when you're there. How to guard yourself. So dealing with people and guarding yourself, the best way to do that is to know yourself. No one should know you better than you know yourself. So knowing yourself means you look into your being and you go back and you scour all of your experiences in life, how they've shaped you. It can be the traumas, it can be all of the good things, it can be generational things. You need to get in a place where you're quiet, where you can connect with God so that you can be aware of who you are and what you've been through, so that you can see if you are embodying negative spirits. Because in all reality of being transparent and being real with ourselves, we all embody some type of spirit that may not be the best. And the whole part of changing to be better for the new year is to just touch into that area of who you are. Instead of just focusing on how you look on the outside, let's try to focus on the things that are going on within you. And then when you're able to tap into who you are, then you can see what's happening more with other people. And then in that sense, you're able to make decisions on what you want to attract and what you want to make sure you stay away from. And it's okay to stay away from things that don't resonate with who you are. And I'm really big on that, because at the end of the day, you're still you. And you have to be able to build and add to the energy of who you are, instead of having something sucked out of you because you were around the wrong people. So I'll end this video with this. First of all, believe that the spirit realm is real. It's not just something that is spookiness or whatever people want to say about ghosts and things like that. Demons are real. Good spirits are real. Evil spirits are real. You just have to understand that part first, because a lot of times we can get into this thing of, if we can't see it, then it's not there. Some people don't believe that angels exist because they can't see them, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. Spirits are very much real, because guess what? When we die, our spirit leaves our bodies, and that's something that I've talked about before in another video. We are spirits, we're just housed within bodies. And so that's the first thing, believing and being understanding that it is real. And secondly, being okay with accepting that there are people around us that do not have good spirits. It is okay to recognize that. You don't have to go out calling people out, but what you can do is, for your personal self, make decisions. Make good decisions for the relationships that you want to have. Make good decisions about business ventures. And make good decisions about how you're going to move about, so that you can have the best success in life for yourself. So focusing on your body is going to be a good thing. Focusing on improving yourself, like with your mental, doing, like setting goals, like maybe opening up a new business. If you're going to do something that you've always wanted to do and you're just choosing this year to do it, plug in there being spiritually aware, because believe it or not, being spiritually aware is going to help you with all of these other endeavors that you have planned out for yourself at this time. Do not take for granted that the spirit realm is something that is extremely important for your success in this life. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's taken me a while to get it to you guys, but if you come upon it, God bless you with this information. To all those who have subscribed to me before, I truly appreciate you, and I hope that this video has been worth the wait for you. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.